Kyle Busch is just done with another weekend where he seems to be on the receiving end of bad luck. And of course, in classic Kyle Busch fashion, he was sure to let us know what he thought about his bad luck and the lack of competitiveness on track when cars are effectively aero blocking him. Safe to say, he wasn't too happy about it. Busch, who had previously started third at best this season and had yet to win, was the first of the 10 drivers to attempt qualifying on Saturday in the final round, but he ended up setting up the standard. His average lap speed of 162.191 miles per hour was enough to stave off numerous competitors, including Ryan Blaney, 161.951 miles per hour, the quickest in Saturday's practice and the final car to qualify. The pole marks Busch's first of the season with his num.8 Richard Childress Racing squad and his 34th overall. The first month was strong. We had some really good races there, but the last month or so has definitely been a struggle for speed, and Talladega is a crapshoot anyways, Busch said. The guys did a great job. We wanting to trend the right way. We're putting in the effort, putting in the hours, putting in all the extra work in trying to figure out what's going on and why. Busch couldn't turn this pole into a win, but he did manage to finish fourth during the race on Sunday. And after nearly 20 years of racing at the highest level of NASCAR, Busch would notoriously ignore a fourth-place result Sunday at Dover Motor Speedway. In fact, any outcome other than first place is grounds to leave the racetrack frustrated. However, after the first 10 races of 2024, he and Richard Childress Racing are carrying the results high over their heads. But not everything was held high after the race. Busch won RCR's first pole of the year on Saturday, leading the first 33 laps, his most of any race this year, and being in contention for a victory during the final stage. For the duration of the race, Busch remained in the top 5 and kept the leaders in sight. Busch made a decent enough pit stop on the last green flag to potentially compete for the win until a yellow came out in the midst of the cycle. A second pit stop under yellow eliminated Busch from the front runners, resulting in a hard charge to the finish line. "I felt like when we came off pit road there in third," Busch said. "If we could have maintained third, maybe kinda sorta, we would have had something for the front two, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson, or at least keep pace closer to the front two and see what happened later in the race." On the final run, Busch jumped from 8th to 4th, where he remained for the remainder of the day. The Las Vegas native felt he could have ended better given how his day had gone. But that wasn't meant to be. We had to come back down and restart 8th to 4th in the final run right there. Decent day. Obviously, could have been one spot better, but still not a win, Busch said. One reason Busch was unable to reclaim third place was the aero push that drivers have frequently complained about in the next-gen car. Busch, however, could only blame the car and its driver, Martin Truex Jr. Aero blocking, despite its long history in NASCAR, has recently become a major concern. Recently, it appears that a greater number of races and places have been determined by cars choosing lines that impede the airflow of the driver competing for position. Denny Hamlin won the Dover race after effectively using aero blocking to fend off a hard-charging Kyle Larson in the final laps. Busch suffered two unique incidents of aero blocking during his last assault through the pack. First, he was slowed by Noah Gragson while battling the number 10 for position. When asked if it was because of aero blockage, Busch just said, "Yup." Later, Busch encountered frustration in the shape of ex-teammate Martin Truex Jr. while attempting to overtake the number 19 for third. Truex's aero blocking worked, as he held off Busch for third place, but Busch was not happy. "At least you could move around. The aero blocking is just so bad, it's so bad," he said. "And everybody knows it and uses it as a defense item. We lost a straightaway to the number 19 Truex. That's what frustrated me the most. He was slow, and he would not give me an inch to be able to get by. He about wrecked us twice getting off, turn 2. Despite the agony, there was a sense of relief around the number 8 car after the race. The result marks Busch's second top 5 finish of the season and his first since round 2 at Atlanta, when he finished third in the classic 3-wide finish. And despite not being the winner that he usually tries to be on Sunday, Busch was pleased to see a consistent performance after an 8-race stretch that saw 5 results of 20th or below. "Everything is week to week," he said. "You just have to keep working at it week to week. It can be different every week. I'm sure the number 9, Chase Elliott, didn't think they were capable or ready for a win yet, and they got one a couple weeks ago. Just keep putting yourself up front and in position and doing what you need to do for that. I felt like today was a good day overall," Busch remarked. "There are still things to clean up, but I'm proud of a top 5 effort. It felt like if we would have restarted third, I might have been able to keep pace, maybe somewhere closer to the front. But starting where I did and having to race the 10, Noah Gragson, was difficult. I hate it for our guys that we didn't get a better finish, but the FICO Camaro was good, just struggled a bit on the long run. From his perch above the pit box, Burnett shared Busch's viewpoint. "I think Kyle did a great job today," Randall Burnett, #8 crew chief, said. "It was a solid day for us. We were up and around the top 7 all day long, which was a building block for us. We struggled the last few weeks, so to come out here and sit on the pole and run up in the top 7 pretty much all day long and be in contention all day, it was a good day for us, overall. In order to win these races, you gotta put yourself up in the front, so that's what we gotta do," Burnett said. "We got to be running up in the top 5 and put ourselves in position so we can try to get one of these. We just got to keep doing that week in and week out, more than anything." Although he did not win in victory lane, a 4th place finish generates momentum that may be transferred in the coming weeks. Busch and the numbered 8 crew will need to have a clear approach as they continue their pursuit for the first win of the season. Following Dover, Busch is 11th in the point standings, up 6 positions from the previous week. Busch has 2 victories, 10 top 5s, and 15 top 10s in 32 career appearances at Kansas Speedway, where the Cup Series will next race on May 5th. What about the X factor? Consistency. And following Dover's finish, things are looking better for Busch and his crew as they try to sustain their upward momentum. Busch and his team will now aim to build on this momentum as they go to Kansas Speedway next Sunday, a track that has been hit or miss for the 2-time Cup Series champion throughout his career. While Dover was a step in the right direction, Busch feels there is still more to be done. "You've just got to keep working at it week to week," Busch said. "It can be different every week, you know? I'm sure the No. 9 of Chase Elliott didn't think they were capable or in a position that they were ready for a win yet, and they got one a couple weeks ago at Texas Motor Speedway. Just got to keep putting yourselves up front, in position." His crew chief thinks the same. "We just gotta be consistent," Burnett said. "We gotta come out here and perform like we did this weekend. Bring a fast car, unload fast, qualify well, and qualifying has become such a big deal in these cars because it just sets up your whole weekend. So that's one thing we gotta do better, is we gotta qualify up the top 5 consistently and put ourselves in position to get stage points and position run up front all day." What are your thoughts on the ongoing aero blocking trend? Do you think it's fair? Or should the drivers just try to fight it out in a normal way without abusing aero tricks? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more NASCAR news.